do rise in quality. I mean, today the noise level in the House, either I need to get my ears tested or the noise level has been too high because it's very difficult. And members do need to get to their feet reasonably promptly or I can't pick them up. I apologise, though, to Rahui Kartane, supplementary question. Point of order, the Honourable Drew Brun.
Mr. Speaker, the comment you just made, I think, is pretty relevant about the noise levels in the House, about the fact that sometimes members do miss an opportunity to take a call. We've had a little bit of that just lately. Indeed, sir, I think it is largely due to the sound system, which is still not working well in this House. And it's unfortunate that we keep getting reports to us saying, look, it's the best thing since sliced bread. We've spent significant amounts of money on it, but it continues to be something that is very, very difficult for members to work with. I've been approached by members of our own backbench who, even on a quiet day, find it difficult to hear members speaking in the front of the House.
Well, because it is an important issue, and I'll hear the Honourable Peter Dunn. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but I'm acutely aware of what the Leader of the House has just said.
Mr. Speaker, I think I'd endorse Mr. Brownlee's comments. I think today, while there has been a higher level of noise than usual, in this quarter of the House anyway, I think the problem is it comes through at a constant level. So when you get someone with a louder voice than usual, like for instance when Mr. Brownlee was answering questions previously, you might expect it to carry. What is actually carrying down to this end of the chamber is the constant hubbub, and you can't hear the individual speaker often over that hubbub. And so I've had difficulty hearing you at times today, and I've had difficulty hearing members on that side of the House. When we had the system that was individualised to the desk, the individual sound of a voice came through. And when we went for these stalactites, or whatever they're called upstairs, sir, we lost that, and I think the consequence has been it has been harder for people to hear, and that has contributed to a general level of disorder.
I think both members make very good points. I'm acutely aware that members in the back rows at the back of the House cannot hear even at good times, and I assure members I will pursue this matter again. Members will recollect I sought approval at one stage to enable a technician to come into the House during question time so they could actually hear what was going on. And again, I'll seek the indulgence of the House for that because we must solve this problem. I'm struggling to hear. Members at the back of the House can't hear. And I think this is a very serious problem. And I think the point the Honourable Peter Dunn's just made, it does lead to disorder when members can't really hear what's going on. They tend to, there tends to be more noise and more difficulty all round. So I promise members I'll pursue it again because it isn't good enough. Rahui Kartane, a supplementary question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Supplementary question to the Minister of Education. What strategies are being employed to ensure that boards of trustees are representative of their communities, including the representation of mana whenua?
The Honourable Anne Tully.
Mr. Speaker, boards of trustees are self-governing entities and there are no specific initiatives to encourage the representation of mana whenua. School communities will, when voting, no doubt look to put in place governance that is in the best interests of the school, and this may very well include people with links to local iwi. But the Education Act also allows boards of trustees to co-opt members, and the Act requires that in doing so it take into account the ethnic diversity of the school population and the character of their community.
Question number 11, David Shearer.
Mr. Speaker, to the Minister of Research.